Hi, I'm Jim Worden. This is an article published by an unknown author that I think is just marvelous, and I would like to share it with you. It's titled, Who Made It? Sir Isaac Newton had an agnostic friend who, like himself, was a great scientist. Drawn together by their mutual interests, they often argued about the existence of man and the universe. One day Newton had a skillful mechanic design and make a replica of the solar system. In the center was a large gilded ball representing the sun. Revolving around this were smaller balls representing the planets in their proper order. The balls were geared by cogs and belts to move in perfect harmony by turning a crank. As Newton sat reading in his study with his mechanism on a large table nearby, his fellow scientist stepped in. At a glance, he recognized what was before him. Stepping up to it, he slowly turned the crank and with undisguised admiration watched the heavenly bodies all move at their relative speed in their orbits. My, what an exquisite thing this is! Who made it? Newton replied without looking up from his book, Nobody. Quickly turning to Newton, the infidel exclaimed, Evidently you did not understand my question. I asked, who made this thing? Looking up now, Newton solemnly assured him that nobody had made it, but that the aggregation of matter just happened to assume the form that it was in. You must think I am a fool. Of course somebody made it. And he is a genius. I'd like to know who he is. Laying his book aside, Newton arose and laid a hand on his friend's shoulder, saying, This thing is but a puny imitation of a much grander system whose laws you know. I am not able to convince you that this mere toy is without a designer and a maker. Yet you profess to believe that the great original from which the design is taken has come into being without a designer. At once the infidel was convinced. He became a firm believer that Jehovah, he is God. 1 Kings 8:39. All things were made by him, Christ, and without him was not anything made that was made. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. As many as received him, to him he gave power to become the sons of God, even to them that believe on his name. John chapter 1, verse 3, 4, and 12. What a wonderful story and example of the logical nature of the Bible, isn't it? If this has blessed you, please share it with a Facebook friend. It might be just the thing they need to hear. And if you would like to give me a comment on the subject, please feel free to do so. I sure like to receive them. And stay tuned to another video that is a thought for the day from Life in the Past. Be blessed.